Europe is the playground of high culture, high fashion, delectable cuisine, and a history that spans centuries. In a daring quest to separate the greats from the not-so-greats, we've decided to rank all 50 European countries from worst to best. Beginning with the worst, Vatican City. Certainly, landmarks like the Sistine Chapel and St. Peter's Basilica are undeniably awe-inspiring. The sheer congestion is such that the only visible sights might just be the perspiring masses of the 10 million others who, like you, were ushered through the gates simultaneously, each armed with a camera phone at the ready. 49. Russia. Setting global conflicts aside, it's fair to acknowledge the charm held by Russia's European cities. Moscow and St. Petersburg stand out for their rich history and cultural allure. However, an uneasy political climate coupled with harsh weather conditions renders the country a challenging sell overall, even during more favorable periods. 48. Ukraine. The second largest country in Europe, boasting stunning landscapes, a rich history, and beautiful people. Being home to the continent's second most corrupt government, Ukraine faces the harsh reality of being Europe's poorest nation. At the card of 47, Belarus. Earning the dubious title of the worst among the former Soviet republics, this nation is firmly under the grip of a dictator, where capturing a photograph is forbidden in the very places you'd want to preserve as memories. To add to its gloomy reputation, Minsk has been crowned the worst city in all of Europe. On Dare 46, Moldova stands as Europe's least visited nation, holding the unfortunate title of the least developed, with the lowest life expectancy and the second lowest GDP per capita on the continent. Moldova is Europe's ugliest and most lackluster capital. Combine this with a corrupt government and rampant organized crime, and you have a concoction that renders Moldova a grim place. 45. Monaco. This European city-state measures a mere 499 acres, roughly equivalent to the size of New York City's Central Park. Monaco boasts an astonishing concentration of ungodly rich residents, with a staggering 32% of the population flaunting millionaire status. Trust fund progenies, convinced that rules are merely suggestions, run amok. Bagging 44. Bosnia and Herzegovina has weathered substantial challenges since the breakup of Yugoslavia in 1991. The enduring repercussions of these conflicts linger today, manifested in the form of Europe's worst pollution, a landscape marred by hundreds of decimated buildings, and the haunting specters of extreme poverty and PTSD among its residents. 43 on the list is Armenia, a country situated geographically in Asia but culturally aligned with Europe. Despite its European affiliations, approximately 26.5% of Armenians grapple with poverty due to pervasive corruption hindering economic opportunities. The ongoing conflict with Azerbaijan over the disputed Nagorno-Karabakh territory has further contributed to the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Armenians. Taking the 42nd spot is North Macedonia, formerly embroiled in disputes with Greece over its name. Despite the official renaming in 2019, North Macedonia faces challenges, particularly in leading the continent in unemployment. Ranked 41 is Albania, a nation with stunning beauty but a troubled past. After enduring a communist regime that led to economic hardships and a civil war in 1997, Albania has struggled to recover. 40 goes to Georgia, Europe's most homophobic nation, with 84% of residents expressing negative views on same-sex relations. This conservative mindset extends to various aspects of life, impacting wages, healthcare, education, and environmental conditions. Now, on number 39, quite unexpectedly, the UK. The UK has its quirks, from drab food and gloomy weather to room temperature beer. Sure, history buffs might find it intriguing, but other European countries offer more. Explore beyond the UK for a richer experience. 38 takes us to Serbia, specifically Belgrade, the former capital of communist Yugoslavia turned Serbia's party capital. The city is a tapestry of extremes, boasting a beautiful historic center and a flashy, business-oriented new Belgrade sitting alongside destitute districts with inadequate infrastructure. Money opens doors, but for many, it's not a thriving experience. At 37, Bulgaria stands out as a fascinating country. The birthplace of the Cyrillic alphabet and with an abundance of archaeological sites, it's full of contradictions. While maternity leave and archaeological marvels shine, the education system lags and a substantial portion lives in poverty. The 36 is Montenegro, a tiny and relatively unknown nation with 600,000 inhabitants. Despite being the least corrupt in the Balkans, it grapples with low wages and taxes, resulting in underfunded social programs. Kazakhstan, ranked 35th, emerges beyond Borat's shadow as a stable economic force. The nation, a major uranium exporter with significant oil and gas reserves, boasts a growing economy and well-developed cities and transportation systems. 34. Liechtenstein, a landlocked microstate nestled between Austria and Switzerland. The country is routinely labeled as boring, making it likely that you'll forget about it as quickly as you read this. Dr. 33 San Marino. San Marino is a European country landlocked by Italy and just half the size of San Francisco. Renowned for having more cars than people, largely owing to its tax haven status, this super old nation has been around since 301 AD, making it the oldest republic on Earth. However, beyond these quirky facts, there's not much else to say about San Marino. Number 32 brings us to Turkey, home to Istanbul, a city straddling Europe and Asia. While the European portion contributes significantly to the nation's GDP, the majority of Asian Turkey grapples with extreme poverty. At 31, Hungary, despite receiving substantial EU development funds, contends with rampant corruption. Most funds end up benefiting the Prime Minister's family and friends, resulting in the worst inflation in Europe, with a 20% annual currency devaluation. Romania, ranking 30th, defies expectations. From being one of the poorest countries at EU entry in 2006, it has achieved Europe's fastest growing economy, reducing its poverty rate from 42% to 10%. Decima 29 introduces Latvia, housing more women than any other nation. While it has prospered since the USSR's breakup, it remains the poorest and most corrupt of the Baltic nations, with the second worst inflation and roads in Europe. Slovakia, not Slovenia or Suwaki, claims the 28th spot. Improving its quality of life, Slovakia is recognized for producing the most cars per capita and boasts safety, reliable free education, and health care. Its capital, Bratislava, even features a UFO. Croatia, at number 27, has witnessed a tourism boom since joining the EU in 2013 and being a Game of Thrones filming location. However, this, coupled with the adoption of the euro, has led to rising prices, surpassing Western Europe despite lower salaries. Lithuania, at 26, boasts the world's fastest internet but struggles with conservative worldviews among its older generation. Greece, at 25, stands out for its rich history, beautiful scenery, and mouth-watering food, although it faces economic challenges and a corrupt government. Andorra, at 24, is mainly associated with skiing and duty-free shopping, making it often overlooked in favor of alternatives like Oregon. Poland, at 23, sits at the geographic center of Europe, known for inventing the bagel and considered the most average European nation overall. 22. North Macedonia. The breakup of Yugoslavia in the 1990s left a trail of destruction, and among the nations grappling with lingering issues, North Macedonia stands out. Often overlooked and seldom visited, this country faces challenges, notably corruption and ranking as one of the most polluted in Europe. 1 in 21. Iceland. Oh, the land of the elusive northern lights and breathtaking natural beauty, but the trade-off is no joke. Months of near-total darkness. Iceland's allure has drawn hordes of tourists, inadvertently diminishing its pristine charm. And let's talk about those ice hotels. Sure, they make for Insta-worthy shots, but comfort. 20 Italy. A tale of two nations, prosperous in the north, struggling in the south. The South contends with less than half the North's GDP per capita, triple the poverty rate, and a real trash problem, with Rome labeled Europe's filthiest city. Estonia, ranking 19th, has a capital, Tallinn, just a short ferry ride from Helsinki. Affluence stems from trade and investment from Finland and Sweden, with a focus on education, safety, and innovation, making Estonia the most digitally advanced nation globally. Portugal, at 18, lures tourists with its affordability but grapples with Europe's worst housing crisis, witnessing a 157% rise in home prices from 2012 to 2021. Cyprus, at 17, boasts more billionaires per capita outside microstates thanks to favorable weather and a tax structure attracting foreign tech companies. The island thrives in forex, fintech, iGaming, and crypto, offering high average wages and top-notch healthcare. Spain, our 16th entry, balances splendid weather and culture with the highest work-life balance. However, a 12.7% unemployment rate poses a challenge, coupled with Western European prices and Central European salaries. France, at 15, exudes an air of self-confidence with unmatched cuisine, arts, and culture. Despite a laid-back lifestyle, the French maintain the world's 7th largest economy, outstanding healthcare, education, and public transit. The Czech Republic, at 14, tops the beer drinking charts and excels in low unemployment, poverty, and homicide rates, along with one of Europe's fastest growing economies. Slovenia, at 13, might be overshadowed by Luka Doncic, but it boasts some of the best economic development in the former Yugoslav region, with a tripling GDP per capita in 20 years. Slovenia takes pride in having the world's lowest income inequality, and 1 in every 20 Slovenians is a beekeeper. Luxembourg sits at number 12, boasting the highest GDP per capita globally, yet it's quite expensive. Belgium, at 11, is a mix of its neighboring nations' best parts, with significant wealth and high home ownership. At 10, Austria stands tall across all areas: education, healthcare, safety, and beauty. The Netherlands, our 9th entry, ingeniously deals with being below sea level and boasts the 3rd highest after-tax net income in the world. Germany, number 8, shines as Europe's economic powerhouse, working fewer hours but excelling in productivity. Sweden, at 7, strikes the perfect balance between capitalism and socialism, fostering a strong economy and robust social safety nets. Finland, ranking 6th, despite limited daylight and cold winters, claims the title of the world's happiest nation, owing to an exceptional quality of life stemming from a non-corrupt government. Switzerland, at 5, offers unparalleled safety, public services, and wealth, though it comes with a hefty price tag. Denmark, at 4, might not excel in museums or natural scenery, but tops the charts in essential aspects like jobs, safety, healthcare, education, and housing. Ireland, our 3rd entry, impresses with the highest PPP GDP per capita and rapid economic growth due to education and corporate-friendly tax laws. And finally, the winner of this list, Norway. Norway, the 2nd richest nation, balances its green initiatives with oil exportation, funding exemplary social programs like extensive family leave and top-tier healthcare and education. Which country would you like to visit first? Share in the comments, like this video, and subscribe to our channel.